The kernels of my pecans are black, and I see small holes in the shells. What is causing this? And this is from Manuel right here in Memphis. So, Mr. D, I know you know all about those pecans.
Well,
What do you think that might be?
well, I'm assuming Manuel is talking about the pecans he had last fall.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
thinking.
right now, the pecans that are out there are like, maybe 3/16 of an inch long. And as a matter of fact, this is, late June, June drop is occurring. And so the trees are probably throwing some pecans off if they had a heavy set. And June drop is the phenomena that we call it in the pecan industry. But if your kernels are black and you have holes in the shells and you don't see any worms in there, then it's probably stink bug damage. Stink bugs love to feed on pecans, and they'll stick their proboscis through that shell when it's soft. They can't stick it through a hard pecan shell, but when it's soft, they'll penetrate that and they'll inject a product in there and then suck out something, and when they inject that enzyme or whatever.
Yeah, it's a toxin.
It causes the pecan to turn black, and there'll be black spots on the kernel. Now, if you see holes in a pecan shell and you open it up and there's a caterpillar in there, then that's the pecan weevil.
Right.
Of course, that's not a problem until after the 1st of August. Mid-August is when the pecan weevil hatches. They will hatch, and they actually can't fly. They go through their life cycle in the ground. And when they hatch, they crawl up out of the ground and they crawl over to the pecan tree, and they crawl up the pecan tree.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And so you can put the sticky stuff around the pecan tree, or spray. You'll see cone traps out in pecan orchards that are just cones, and when the weevils start crawling up in those cone traps, then they'll spray with 7 carbaryl. It's an insecticide that'll do it, and there's several insecticides that'll do a good job controlling pecan weevils. But probably what Manuel's talking about is stink bug damage.
It's the first thing I thought about.
And the only way to take care of that is when you see that damage, it's too late. The damage has already occurred. But if you have your pecan on a regular spray schedule, then that will pretty well take care of that. I happen to have one of those here, homeowner's pecan spray schedule, and your first spray should be at bud break, and it takes care of scab, and phylloxera scab is a fungus disease. The #1 fungus disease with pecans in the southeast United States, pecan scab. And then phylloxera is the insect that can create galls on the stem or on the leaf, more commonly on the leaf.
Yeah.
But that's at bud break, and then another one 14 days later, and then you'll go on a 3-week schedule. And these are malathion, carbaryl, or just mix it up a little bit with different insecticides. That's impossible for you to do if you have a large pecan tree. If you've got a small pecan tree, and some of the smaller varieties, the newer varieties are more precocious, and they'll start producing when they're fairly small, and you can't handle them. I mean, it's not, you can purchase a sprayer that'll put in your 4-wheeler that'll blow,
blow it up
30 feet, and so you can actually spray some of these smaller pecan trees. But 3-week schedule, so it's not as often as the peach growers and apple growers have to spray, but stink bugs are hard to control. You can kill every stink bug in your pecan orchard, and then they'll fly in. You'll have a new crop that flies in. They can fly miles.